most important generation of Americans at the most important time in our history. How many of you, in your heart, have a hope and a prayer that when you leave your campus, when you move out into the world, you'll be able to not just have a green job, but a green career, making this country the leader, not in pollution, but in solutions to this planet? How many of you want to have a green career? Well, the people who are standing behind me share your dream, they share your vision. They also share your fear that you may not be worried about getting a green job. You might be trying to get a brown job, a gray job, a polka dot job, a plaid job, or any kind of job in this economy with this Congress attacking our economy the way that they're doing. And so I want to brag on these folks behind me before I give you my comments, because we can't do anything as individuals. I'm proud to be a founding member of Green for All. I said I'm proud to be a founding member of Green for All. And I'm proud to have been a founder of the Ella Baker Center for Human Rights and many other great organizations that are trying to treatment and community work. You have an opportunity to do two things to actually help get these green jobs and green opportunities to people who need them. First of all, on Monday, we want to see your generation stand up and join this so-called briefcase brigades movement. You may not have heard of it yet. There are people tabling about it. But your generation needs to become more visible, and you have the opportunity to stand up on Monday in your thousands, dressed up as if you're going to a job interview, holding briefcases, saying to this Congress, where are the jobs? Where are the opportunities? Where is the chance for our generation to make a contribution? You can do that. We have a generation graduating off a cliff into the worst economy in 2 generations. And neither political party has opened up their mouth to say anything about it. The briefcase brigades are going to make a difference in that. Join them on Monday. Join them on Monday. And then let me just say this. When you get your green career, don't leave anybody behind. We have something strange happening in our economy. You notice that the wealthy people have the solar panels, and the poor people have to pay the big energy bills. And people will tell you, well, that's all right. The poor people, they can't afford the solar panels, man. You can't complain about this. It's just economics. They can't afford the solar panels. How can you complain that they don't have them? Power shift. Shift the power and shift the conversation, because the truth is that we can't afford for poor people not to have solar panels. The earth shift the power. Shift the power. Shift the power. It doesn't make any sense. I love rich folks, but they tend to live in the hills where it's shady. Poor folks tend to live in the flatlands where it's hot. It's fine to have the solar panels on the rich folks' houses where it's shady. But how about we put some solar panels on the poor folks' houses where it's hot, so instead of them having to write checks to the energy company can write them some checks, and they can be able to put some food on the table. And standing behind me, we have a group called SolarMosaic.com. Say that to me. Solar Mosaic.com. SolarMosaic.com. They are working to put solar panels on the roofs of poor folks' houses, low-income folks' houses in Oakland, California, where I come from. let me say to you how important you are. You can't do anything by yourself. Your generation has to stand together. You don't know yet, but the entire planet, the children of all species, are banking on you. You are the great hope. DC is having a bipartisan failure to rescue this economy, to rescue this planet. And while they're stuck on stupid here in DC, your generation is rising. You are the biggest generation of Americans we've ever had. The last time we had a generation your size even remotely was the baby boomers. And when the baby boomers came of age, they completely transformed America. When the baby boomers hit, we had 244 years of enslavement. We had 100 years of Jim Crow segregation. And people your age, when they hit, broke the back of Jim Crow in 4 years and put us on the trajectory to have a black president. A generation your size hit that. Your generation is bigger than the baby boomers. You're more diverse. You're more ecologically conscious. You're more technologically savvy. How many of you have a laptop computer? How many of you have a smartphone? How many of you have an iPad? Good, because I don't have one either. But my birthday is coming up. Well, if you have a laptop computer, or a smartphone, or an iPad, you have on your person more and better computing power than the entire U.S. government had when it put a man on the moon. You have more computing power, you're sitting on your butt, than the U.S. government had when it put somebody on the moon. Each and every one of you is a walking technological superpower. What will happen in America when you stop using these devices as toys and start using them as tools to change America? America will never be the same as you have to make a decision not to wait your turn. Dr. King was 25 years old in Montgomery. The Freedom Riders were 19 to 20 years old. The founders themselves were in their 20s and in their 30s. You have to make a decision not to wait your turn. Don't let anybody tell you you're going to be the leaders of tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised. You must be the leaders of today, generation. You have to be wise enough to hold both parties to high standards. Both parties. And it's only fair. Note the hypocrisy, how hypocritical we are towards y'all young people. If you had a friend, a roommate, who should be an A+ student and is getting C's and D's, you would go over to your roommate and you would put some positive peer pressure on him. And you would say, I know you can do better work. I know you can perform at a higher level. And I love you enough, I'm going to insist that you meet your A+ potential. And we would brag on you for doing that. Now, if you're a hero for ensuring that get an A on her paper? Aren't you a bigger hero for making sure that your other friend gets an A+ on his presidency? Aren't you a bigger hero? Hold this whole town accountable. Hold people, but keep them accountable. Because that's how you can shift the power. And don't stop there. Don't stop there. It's not just shifting power in a political sense. We need you to shift the power in our energy system. Because we have an energy system and a civilization that is powered by death. The civilization that you live in, that you were born in, is fueled by death. That's not hyperbole. Why do they call them fossil fuels? Because they're living? Or because they're dead? We take oil, a substance that has been dead for 60 million years, and we pull it out of the ground. We take